Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another Punishing Gray Raven video. Getting this out of the way, I have hurt myself. I'm not in actual any pain, but I have some issues with my tendon. I've got tendonitis. I'm a drummer. I'm on the computer a lot. I draw. It's a whole thing. I'm just being careful. So this is crank. I think this is the most like detached intro to a video I've ever done, but we're gonna listen to Craig today. That was the one that most people had given thumbs ups to on the last video. So here we are, and let's go. Ooh. Oh. All right, you have my attention. Where are we going with this? Ooh. Ooh. The synth! Oh, that's bouncy. The floss between the headphones. It's making my ADHD flare up a little bit. Whew. For better or worse, we'll find out soon. This was giving me like gent. I wonder if they're gonna have like a gent breakdown in this. They might. Ooh. The delays. Woo. Okay, that really high digital like. It's like this high-pitched digital sound kind of messing with me. I'm very sensitive to high noises, high-pitch things like that. I'm trying to ignore it, but neurodivergence. The riff is so heavy, though. Okay, my brain's starting to kind of ignore it a little bit. I'm focusing more on the sick fat riff. Was that a bass guitar doing that like fatter, heavier part? Could have been like just the top string on a guitar. This is surprisingly minimal. Love that. Very powerful snare. It's just a heavy riff-driven track. It's hanging. There's no way the song is done. The song is done? There was so much happening in that. It felt like it had another half to go yet. Man, that song played itself to a perfect pace, actually. So I know my reaction at the end there probably felt like I wanted there to be more, and it's true, I did. I thought there was going to be more. When a song paces itself so well that you're like, why isn't this still going? That's a good thing, honestly. It both brings your brain to this sense of you wanting more, but it also means that your brain kind of just turned into the song for just a moment. I don't feel like I was sitting there for 3 minutes. I forgot I was, like I was just vibing with the riff the whole time. I was enjoying it. I was obviously distracted by certain things, like I had mentioned, the high pitched noise. There's a reason for that, by the way. High pitched frequencies like that are played on loop or like in little stings throughout music can actually be used as like oral highlights. Like they kind of make your brain check in a little bit, and it's usually subconscious for most people, but given my neurodiversity, I have a severe sensitivity to those high pitched noises, and I hear them a lot stronger than the average person would. And I'm the weird one in that context. That's not a normal perception. Usually people don't even perceive that sound, but for me, it's very prominent and like right in the front. It's really hard to distract sometimes from hearing that. But I understand why it's there musically, and while it's not so common anymore, it still is used. But back to the main beef of the song, that guitar was so heavy. That was just such a riff driven track. It reminded me of Gent a little bit. Very riff driven heavy metal songs that have that sort of weight to them, and you're just like, oh yeah, let's go, everything on. It's classic. It's a great timeless sound to have on a guitar, especially in that metal flavor. It's just a huge meatloaf of sound. It's so beefy, it's so thick, it carries everything with it. I think that lower part, like I had mentioned, might have been a bass. I'm not entirely positive. The drums were very minimal. There wasn't too much going on there. The synth was kind of interesting, having all that sliding around in the beginning. That was unique. I haven't heard that in quite a while. So it's just these things. That's a good song. It's well made, and albeit very minimal in the grand scheme of what was being used to make the song and how many instruments were being played at once, because it wasn't too busy by any means, and obviously no singer. So that was also kind of unique how stripped down it was. I've listened to a few songs recently of various games that have had that really stripped down, no excess, just a few instruments and playing it through like that. And that's a process I'm being introduced to more recently. I haven't heard many songs like that up until I started listening to stuff in the past couple months. So it's kind of neat to still hear it. I haven't grown bored of it, and I don't listen to these songs on repeat. I don't play the games that they come from, so I'm not hearing them all the time and becoming desensitized to that concept. So I think that is also worth being said. But I'll digress on that. That is just a solid song, simple, good metal riff, very driven, just no frills, stripped down to exactly what it needs to be, and carries you through it all the way to the end, and surprisingly to the point where you forget you're listening to it because it's just so in the background. But I like that a lot, actually. So I think that's about all I've got to say on this one. If you want to see more videos of me reacting to PGR or anything, leave a comment of what it is down below. The ones with the most likes I tend to gravitate towards and get to first, just like this one. So go ahead and do that. If you want to follow me and support me, you know how to do all that, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye!